So the achievement of this weekend is Killjoy over here, who is an outcast. I think he's undead and a neverborn. So I'm not sure if it means that I can have him in my Leviticus crew, because Leviticus can take undead and constructs, I think. But I don't know if you have to be only one of those things, or if it would have to say Leviticus can take neverborn. So I don't know, but I suppose you can always hire him as an outcast in other gangs. He's quite expensive at 11 soul stones, but equally he's a maniac. I mean, he seems to have an extra attack with melee master. If he hits you and wounds you, I think he can hit you again as a trigger. He's hard as nails. I think he's slow to die as well. And he's pretty big and strong and tough and scary. There are a few downsides which I think will intellectually evade me in most games, which include that I think you have to discard a control card every time you activate him. So obviously, knowing how I play, I'll then end up in a position where all these weird enemy spells, that your caster dies unless you discard two control cards. I'll end up having no control cards, knowing me. So we'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, anything new and interesting in terms of the painting of this? Well, I did the usual trick I've been using of late, with the kind of Nurgle approach where you just add some goblin green to the otherwise normal flesh layering that you do, and then just use washes in the crevices. So I did that, and I did my usual trick with putties, whatever they call them. That kind of the wrapping stuff, the mummy stuff. What I do with that kind of thing is, I paint it just very simply with 3 simple layers instead of spending hours and hours like the skin, and then I just put loads of washes on it, because your eye's not drawn to that really. And that was quite successful, I think. I was going to fleck him with blood, but then I was so impressed with how the green skin had worked that I didn't want to sort of ruin the effect by flicking it with loads of blood. And then this is a Renedra Miniatures tombstone. I mean, I really can't speak highly enough of them. I might even show you the sprue. That's what's on the sprue, and it's like £5. 2 of these for a tenner, and there's some really good stuff. I mean, look at that kind of Celtic cross. So, I've been using them non-stop for all my undeads, Malifaux stuff, and it's come out quite well. And then, as you can see there in the background, what's next is I'm going to try and start I think Hamlin, the face, I'm going to spend a lot of time doing it because he looks very charismatic, albeit a little bit autistic because his head seems a bit inclined in a strange way, like in one of those movies. And then there's Nyx, who's quite expensive and not that great a model, but he's well animated, I suppose. We'll see how that goes. Basically, it's a bony dog.